EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Here's the scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Indianapolis Colts. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. A nice start to the drive, picking up 12 yards there and a very quick first down.
That's the type of run that Jonathan Taylor gives you so often, and you just can't take it for granted. He finds a way to get those extra yards. The third running back taken in the 2020 draft, but he had the best numbers by far of any of them. 1,169 yards, third most in the NFL. And by the last quarter of the season, he ranked among the best runners in the league.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. That is caught. Michael Pittman with it. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
And 40 catches as a rookie for Michael Pittman. He overcame some early injury problems and really developed into a reliable target as the season went on. The son of a former running back, that's what he looks like after the catch.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around, and that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. O.J. Howard, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Colts take it right down and score on the opening drive. Now for the point after. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy.
Makes the score Colts 7, Ravens 0.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 3rd down.
And I have to think that the Ravens are going to continue to find ways to get J.K. Dobbins the ball, and even more in the passing game this year. Just 18 catches as a rookie a year ago. Would not be surprised to see that number at least double in 2021.
For the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he will have a Ravens first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago. So a 3-and-out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there. And they get the first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. DeForest Buckner, all-pro defensive tackle there on the stop.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Play action. It's Jackson. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. Well, you know, paramount for this defense is trying to keep Lamar Jackson somewhat contained when he tries to run. They did a pretty good job of it there.
And you know it's so difficult for every defense that has to prepare for Lamar Jackson? You have to think and play at the same time. And I know that sounds like something you're supposed to do. But when you have to think about your assignments against him, it often slows down your feet. You don't move as fast. You've got to be prepared for this guy every step of the way and then try and match his athleticism.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Now Jackson taps his forward jet sweep. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
They go play action with Jackson. He'll buy some time right. He's going deep for Brown. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. And the Colts are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Taylor. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Throwing is Wentz. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And they'll rally and stop him short of the first down at about the 6. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Blankenship's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
After the made field goal, here's Blankenship again. No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. In on the sack, the former Buckeye, Tyquan Lewis. But when you see a quarterback retreating away from the line of scrimmage toward the other goal line like that, usually doesn't end well.
You're exactly right about that. Normally, if they're moving from side to side, they've got a chance maybe to get back upfield. He was trying to shake defenders and extend the play, but it doesn't work out very well for them at all. You need those extra yards on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Now you're digging a hole for your offense. I like that play call right after they've been sacked because they anticipated pressure again. And if you believe that, you know you got to get the ball out of your hands quickly. That one was incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, we got 3, three down. Check 27. Yeah. Alert 3.
Play action. Now Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. Well, he's got one of the strongest arms in the league. Some people may say the strongest, but that can also have a downside occasionally, and here he's intercepted.
Yeah, when we talk about strong arms, being able to throw it deep downfield doesn't necessarily take the strongest. It takes more of the timing type of a quarterback. And it's great to be able to take your shot, but when it hangs up there just a bit too long, you put it in jeopardy. And in this case, that was intercepted.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. On play action, Wentz. Looking for Campbell downfield. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working.
Hey, report.
Try to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Throwing is Jackson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. And the Colts are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Oh, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ball game.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
Play action. Now Wentz. And a throw for Pittman is intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
58's the mic. 58's the mic. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want. Go ahead. Oh, here we go.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Rock Ya-Sin. And the Colts are going to take possession here at their own 33. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Now Wentz. Out to the right and complete to Pittman. And all of a sudden, they're knocking on the door inside Baltimore's 10. A big play there for Indy.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll run here with Taylor. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Throwing now is Wentz. The quick slant caught. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal. They'll look to run with Taylor. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And here's Rodgers on the return. A big boot that time, 57 yards the official distance. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. That'll be caught. It's the tight end, Howard. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Now a play fake. Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Wentz. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it. from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. They'll roll him out right. He's going deep for Brown. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
On third down, Jackson. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. On the return, it's Rodgers. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
On second down, it's Taylor. 145 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll fake the give to Taylor. Now, and he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. They get him that time thanks to the safety blitz as he sank for a loss of 4. So now the field goal unit trots out there for the third time tonight. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. Blankenship's kick is good. And that will up the score now. It's 23-zip. So 3 more points tacked on, and this margin getting more comfortable by the minute.
And with the lead where it is, you can actually feel good about We talk all the time about scoring sixes, not threes. But in this case, they're just looking to chew up some time and come away with points.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Throwing again on second down. Jackson escaping the pressure right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Flush to his right. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Jackson going to give this one to Edwards.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And Jackson's so tough to stop. He's got a first down, and he gives himself up there at the end.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Flushed out right. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down.
You better be afraid of me. 58's Mike, 58's Mike. You must be dreaming.
They wanted, you know they expected. They needed him to be sharp coming out after the half. Unfortunately, he's missed his first 3 throws. I wonder if he got out late and missed his warm-up time.
The whole team did come out a little bit later than usual. I don't know, maybe there's something to that.
Must have been a heck of a halftime speech.
Yeah, maybe just trying to rally the troops back from this deficit. Eluding the pressure right. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. He's at the 50. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half. And down 3 scores, a lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And once again, they stop him behind the line. Great job by this Ravens defense. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard. To throw is Wentz. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And the Ravens will take over possession here up at the 44. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And Jackson going to have the first down as he will get to the ground to avoid the contact.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
They'll run on first down. Dobbins. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They go play action now. Jackson escaping the pressure right. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Rolling to his right. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Ravens are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Jackson here is going to look to throw. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. That ball caught by Campbell. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good. Touchdown, Colts! It's complete. Jack Doyle, his first touchdown on the year. And the Colts look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead is now 24. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The Ravens on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. Flushed out right. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end, Andrews.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And this one is incomplete.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit him over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
To throw again is Jackson. Buying time to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Watkins. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Maybe worse than the loss of yardage, they also lose the down. So now it's 3rd and long. Jackson from the shotgun. Eluding the pressure right. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 33. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
They'll run with Taylor. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Marcus Peters up to make the tackle.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
The Colts on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Wentz. And that will be incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on third down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Escaping the pressure right. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10. Play action. It's Jackson. Flush to his right. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Travis Carey. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Blankenship out for the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. This fielded right at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard. But that is not the case as we play on here this fourth quarter. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. This time, Jackson will throw it. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete.
And a good catch there by Mark Andrews. And many think that paired with Lamar Jackson, they may be the best quarterback-tight end combo this side of Mahomes and Kelsey.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Jackson to throw. Got a man. It's Brown. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
To throw again on 2nd down, Jackson. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 39. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Man, 220 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They run with Taylor. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Rodrigo Blankenship on for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. On the return, Devin Duvernay. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Play action. Now Jackson sliding out of the pocket. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
Zero.
Being chased out left. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Indianapolis, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, it was a good first month, but they'll fall to 4-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they will get a home date next week against the Los Angeles Chargers.